Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Dana, and as you can tell from the title down below, I'm going to be showing you guys today how I use the McGuffey readers for my second grader. We are going to be showing you just a look inside of this, how we use it, how we implement it, how we are loving it, most importantly how he's loving it, and we're also going to show you the look inside the level 2 of the lesson book. I'm going to kind of also briefly tell you the difference of level 1 and level 2 because there's not a ton of differences, but there are a couple, so I won't. So I did want to take note of that. So we're going to be doing light flip throughs of these, as well as a extra resource that I found from another mama here on YouTube with the different bookmarks that she designed to go along with the McGuffey. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm so excited to be sharing this kind of complete look with you guys. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So the McGuffey's, I knew that once we put our first grader into the McGuffey reading program and kind of implemented doing the McGuffey's for all of our language arts, that my second grader would probably want to try it too. He saw a little sister love it and thrive with it, so he wanted to give it a try. So we ended up pausing our CLE reading program and kept him in CLE language arts and math, and then it just did this for his reading instead of CLE's reading. He's been loving it, absolutely loving it. For him, I am working on comprehension and more grammar type related things. So fluency isn't a problem for him, so he's actually flying through the actual reader and the lessons. So unlike my first grade language arts, if you saw, I'll actually have a link down below if you want to see how we use the McGuffey readers for my first grader. For my first grader, I do pretty much break down the lessons by the week. However, she's been succeeding like really well as far as fluency lately, so she's been doing 2 to 3 lessons a week because a lot of the beginning part of the electric primer, a lot of the words are the same. So as soon as she starts her fluency, she's flying through them now, to where when we are reading our new stories, there's no hesitancy. She knows the words, she's solid, she's reading with expression. We do things with my second grader a little bit differently because the lessons are a little bit longer. But just so you get an idea of what we do specifically for my second grader, I am going to show you the first part here of the first reader. A lot of the lessons start out extremely short and very small. So this is lesson 1, the new book. This is this part, and that's it. So if you are just starting out in second grade, this would be a great option if you're like brand new second grader, or even a fluent first grader as well. Because my daughter, when I first got these readers in, she was actually already reading these lessons. However, I knew specifically with her that after she would get beyond this, she wouldn't be quite ready for that yet. That's why I say second grade is going to start out very simply, as you can tell, but it advances very quickly in the first reader, at least from what I can tell. But it's great for second grade. So the lessons are very short, they're simple. So my son is actually on lesson 25 right now, and this is the chapter What the Animals Say. And as you can tell, compared to the beginning, as any reader does, it does advance, and he has been just doing very well with it. So what we will do on the different lessons is, for my first grader, we do this as well, but not every single one of her lessons will have the words list. So before we read the story for the day, we'll go through and we will read the words, like the actual problem words, and make sure we get all of those correct. Most of these, of course, these are all simple and he can get them all correct. And then we'll read the story. After he reads the story, I will then ask him to spell some of the words on here. And then whatever ones, kind of similar to what my first grader does, whatever ones that he does not get correct, I will put into his lesson book, and that will be his spelling list for the week. For him, I do not, as I mentioned earlier, I do not have him do the same lesson every single day for a week because it can be a little bit too repetitive, and he loves reading. Again, he's fluent in reading. So for him, he's been doing pretty much 2 lessons a week on average. By the time he reads it the first time, we'll just read it the first day, go over the words, and the second day we might work on spelling. So very similar to my first grader, only it's more reading involved, I guess you could say. But that's kind of like the layout or whatever. Something that we've been adding in with him, and was a new resource, that I found, are these bookmarks. And these were actually made and designed by another mama here on YouTube that I just gained so much wisdom and information from her when it comes to using the McGuffey's. She has a lot of do lessons with us. Hi! She has a lot of YouTube videos on doing lessons with her and her children. Hi, you gonna come up here? So I will have her channel linked down below because she is the mama that I got these from. And I'll also have the Etsy listing down below where you can print these off. They actually come with a bunch of bookmarks. However, when it comes to printing off digital things, something that I've been doing or trying to do better, or be better at, I should say, is only printing off the things that I need right away. So even if I ordered a large amount of like these bookmarks, and each bookmark has a different theme and idea behind them to use with the McGuffey's, you want to play with it? I only am printing off the first two because these are the two that I'm working on specifically with my second grader. So I have here the comprehension check-in and the grammar check-in bookmarks. And I will just leave these bookmarks and their readers, but they are absolutely incredible. So for the grammar check-in, this is going to, and even the comprehension check-in, as I mentioned before, my second grader, we're really working on that comprehension and narration and dictation and things like that. Because that's something that he had been struggling with, and this program has really boosted his confidence when it comes to narrating back and when I'm dictating to him what to write, and just all those elements are also really important within language arts. So for example, the grammar check-in, if you are a mama who wants to maybe either use the McGuffey's and you're kind of like me, and I was a little bit apprehensive because I was like, well, I want him to get all the grammar aspects. I didn't know. I wanted something to help me be my guide when it came to teaching grammar, right? And I didn't know, I didn't know if I would be able to do a good job in doing that. Like, I just lacked some self-confidence in that area. So I was very thankful for this resource. So grammar check-in bookmark. So these are the questions that you would, or things that you would have your child find within the lessons. So for example, what was something capitalized in the story and why? Find different parts of the sentence, so imperative, exclamatory, and like question sentences and things like that. Find a plural S, find a possessive S, find a common noun, find a proper noun, find a pronoun, adjective, verb, find a helping state of being verb, find an adverb. These are absolutely amazing, again, if you really just need that structure and guide to help you know how to teach grammar and how to teach those different types of things within a just basic reader. And honestly, if you want to use these bookmarks for any books that you have on your shelf, any read alouds or anything like that, they're wonderful because you can take all of these bookmarks that this wonderful mama created and create a solid just grammar language arts foundation for your kiddos. So that was a part of like the grammar check-in. The other bookmark that we're currently working on is the comprehension check-in. So this is also incredible because this is what I was talking about earlier with him really comprehending what is going on in the story. So as we're reading the story and as we're done finishing, like either at family devotion time or things like that, we can really test the kiddos' understanding of what's been talking about. So I would even recommend getting a comprehension check-in almost for yourself, mamas, to put in your Bible, because as you're reading the chapters in the Bible, I've been loving these. They're incredible. Okay, so some of the questions that are going to be on the comprehension check-in bookmark is, do we know the setting? Characters, genre, so summarize in order, so who told the story? Why did the author write this? Give a fact or an opinion example. So if you have a second grader, these are phenomenal. Any second grade and up. Like, these would also be great for, I do use the comprehension list, by the way. I do use this for my first grader, but I do not use the grammar check-in yet for my first grader. Because she does know what a noun is, what a verb is, adjective, and things like that. But it's just not something that, what is it? But it's just not something that I'm being really intentional with her about. Right now, I'm just with her working on fluency, whereas with my second grader, it's comprehension. The main difference between lesson book 1 and lesson book 2 is your lesson book 2 is going to have more room for your actual spelling list. And this is where I was saying that an actual formal spelling curriculum, if you're using the lesson book with the McGuffey's, isn't a 100% necessity. It's just not, because you have a lot of space here with a lot of words. So what he does is he does the copy work for the words. So I write down the words that he is working on spelling, and then he goes through and does the copy work. And then at the end of the week, we will do like a spelling test, and then whatever he gets incorrect, we move to the next week's list. But he actually has only, I think in the past few weeks we've been doing this, he hasn't really even missed much. He's a very good speller, but again, I think I attribute that as well to him being very fluent in his reading, because the better a reader you are, the more likely you'll be able to spell as well, because you have those pictures of the words in your mind and everything. So yeah, we've been loving this so much. I will have the Etsy listings linked down below for all the bookmarks, so be sure to go check those out. If again you're wanting a guide to help you as a teacher and your children, and to make this such a, like, just a full and rich language arts curriculum, and I've been loving the bookmarks. So I'm probably going to go back and download and go ahead and laminate a couple more of these. And when I do my like lesson and come with us for like a McGuffey's lesson of the day or homeschool with us using the McGuffey's, I'll show you all of the bookmarks and the other resources I also got from this mama that go along with this. So I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we're doing for my second grader's reading program. He's been loving it and is just thriving off of it as well. But until my next video, you guys have a great day, whatever you're doing, and God bless. Bye.